With that said, let's jump into our final match from Group B tonight. To the top left-hand side, in the blue, playing Zerg, we've got Rainor. Up against the red Protoss player. Down to the bottom right-hand side, we've got ourselves Clash, Hellraiser. First game of this best of 3, Hellraiser. His second series in a row here, of course, starting off with that 0-1. Tell you what, a lot of 2-0s in this group. Yesterday, we only had 2 players going 2-0. Today, we already have 3. Rainor could make it 4 with no one ending the day at a 1-1 scoreline. Very awesome, actually, as we get this set to roll. Really gives us a bit more of a decisive sort of setup here in this Group B rather than Group A, which is a bit more open still. A bit more open to interpretation in terms of how it's all going to play out. Probe going across towards the upper left-hand side from Hellraiser, as we do see passing underneath this Overlord here. This Overlord as well, just hanging up above that high ground, and here's gas in the pool first from Rainor. That one being a little bit of a nuisance, and actually is going to block that drone from building the hatchery. So Rainor slowed down a little bit, as we'll see. Hellraiser is going to expand, though. He's not going to go for any of his shenanigans. Hellraiser is very well known for being that kind of guy who will proxy, you know, cannon rush you into the proxy robe or a mortal prism sort of thing. That's what he had a lot of success with over the last year, so definitely one of the players who is more likely to go for that. We do see a couple of Zerglings on the way out from Reynor, as well as the build nose up the Cybercore, dropping down in the natural expansion too. So all of this so far currently underway. So Cybercore going to be finishing shortly as well, and Ling Speed gets started up in the main base also. Let's going to see that probe is actually going to be chased down and killed by these Lings, I think. Lings have a little bit of a surround on it, so probe will fall here as losing a bit of FPS. Not sure what that's about. Interesting. Hopefully not a major issue that continues. But yeah, a couple of Lings down the left-hand side. Overlord hanging out overhead, as we'll see the Stargate dropping in as well. That's actually going to fully wall off the front here for the moment. He can break down these rocks later to open up this path. Obviously just doesn't want to move out at all early, as Rainor sees that Stargate already, obviously part of the wall. Hellraiser doesn't mind too much if it's being scattered, otherwise he wouldn't have built it right there, he would have built it in the main. And as we do set this up. So Zerglings setting up in the main base. Again, hatchery coming down. Thank you so much, by the way, as well to Wolfheart for that 6-month Twitch Prime sub. I'm not sure if I shouted you out, dude. I feel like maybe I did, maybe I didn't. Bob Vernon also for the 4-month Twitch Prime. Thank you for the Twitch Prime resubs, guys. Welcome back. Good to have you for another month here. As we see Rainor, a lot of Lings. He is going to go for a bit of a Ling flood. Maybe because the Stargate is in the front and he feels he can kill it off. And I tell you what, there's a Void Ray first as well. So Void Ray is not exactly the best against these Zerglings. Yes, it doesn't run out of energy, but it also doesn't kill them very quickly. So here he goes. Zergling's going to go running up this ramp and already starting to deal some damage. Actually has a really good surround on the Stargate if he attacks these Lings onto it. Cybercore taking quite a bit of damage as well. I'll tell you what, I guess also the Stalker's going to go down. Now you'll have even more surface area on the Stargate. Oh, actually, Hellraiser's in a lot of trouble here. What do you shield battery? He's going to start shield battery in the Stargate, I guess. I guess would be the best choice. Cybercore is going to go down. Some Wolfgate denied. I just still feel like the Stargate's going to go down, and more and more Lings streaming across the map. If he loses the Stargate before the Oracle, that would be really bad, because I feel like you need the Oracle damage output to be able to make this work. It's a couple seconds away. The shield battery tried to save it, but it was not enough, so the Oracle doesn't come out. There's Adept already surrounded over here as well. I mean, this next Cybercore has surface area on it as well. And shield battery is obviously drained of energy, trying to save the Stargate to no avail. So now we're going to be seeing, I mean, Hellraiser is actually in a lot of trouble here. Rainor still has to break through. Rainor still has to break through to be able to deal some probe damage to those. So still watching for that, as this Adept is going to go down. I mean, new Cybercore built means we can see another Adept being built now as well, rather than the Zealot, which has just come out recently. Still trying to wall off, as the Zealot will be surrounded pretty quickly though, and again, this Void Ray is still just picking up kills. Dare to think how many kills it has. 35 kills on the Void Ray. Another wall off from Hellraiser, but there's so many resources invested. I think finally there's going to be a gap in the wall, and Lings are through into the main. The Void Ray is slow as well, so it's very slow to come and react to Lings in the main base. And finally, Rainor is through to start dealing some damage. Wow, a lot of damage already dead. Kind of falls with all of these shield batteries being built. I guess they will continue to defend, but obviously there's no warp gate coming through or anything along those lines. As these lingers in the main will run around a couple of circles. New Stargate in the main base too. Finally an Oracle on the way out of that. Hellraiser, it's been an eternity getting these units up and running. As you just see though, Rainor sees the Stargate, so he's going to jump straight onto it. Does not want an Oracle here. I think he says as long as there's only a Void Ray in the skies and a couple of gateways producing, I am absolutely fine to just keep spamming Zerglings. And I mean, that's definitely what he's been doing so far. Pylon kills are not that important. There's so many pylons on this low ground as we see a Cyber Core once again under fire. The Adept dealing some damage. Lings are now starting to surround this Nexus. He kind of thinks for a moment, maybe I pull these Lings down to the low ground for that Adept, but he actually, Hellraiser misses the wall up, so the Adept in trouble, but he will just come and finish the main base to begin with, so Hellraiser will be knocked down to just one Nexus. Here he goes, Zerglings are actually going to back away for a moment, and drones are on the way up from Hellraiser, from Rainor. I guess because at this point you've got all of these probes, 20 of them can't mine properly, right? So Rainor is essentially in a worker lead until the Nexus comes back up, which is a huge, huge distance away, especially because Hellraiser still has to reinvest into the Cyber Core, etc. too. Well, now he actually just regroups with even more Zerglings, and he will start sending them forwards. The thing is, these shield batteries will do a lot of healing. There's so much energy on them here. He comes back in. If he kills the Cyber Core again, I mean, every time you kill the Cyber Core, it's even longer until Warp Gate comes up. It's even less Adepts and units like that. It'll only be Zealots on the way out. Hellraiser's natural expansion is looking a bit messed up, to say the least. What even is this? I mean, just an absolute mess of everything kind of thrown together here. It is ridiculous. We're going to be seeing more of these Zerglings coming out and, well, just running around the map. Behind all of this, Rainor is saturated up to 3 bases, 39 drones, and rising against the 42 probes. But again, it's 42 probes that only mine with 16 probes of efficiency at the moment, right? I mean, there's really very little gain from this. He's not been mining gas either. Actually, has quite a gas bank, Hellraiser, because he's not had anything to spend it on. His Cyber Core has been dead all this time. Finally gets Warp Gate started. And of course, now has the Zerglings to kind of hold off future attacks. He'll throw down double Stargate because, hey, you know what? He's got a hell of a long time, or a hell of a lot of gas to spend. Throws down triple Stargate. So 3 Stargates dropping in here, and, well, now the main base is back up and running. The income will actually even up quite significantly. You can see for a while Hellraiser was mining a lot more. Now, obviously, Rainor was able to kind of get that back. A lot of Hellraiser's extra mining, though, you've got to remember, while Resources lost his favor in him. I mean, this is what, hundreds of minerals of pylons and shield batteries that are not really needed, right? Or at least not here. Yes, again, eventually these pylons are needed, but these shield batteries are obviously very ineffective. They're not really going to do much else. I'd be extremely surprised if Rainor ever went for another attack into the natural directly. So yeah, remember, I mean, as things kind of come up here now, Rainor still holds a little bit of an eco lead, but that's kind of where he needs to be at, so pretty crazy to see the third base dropping down. Hellraiser will be able to saturate that third pretty much instantly. He's already been building, or continuing to build a lot of probes here throughout to be able to re-saturate those bases as soon as they come back up. Just going to be seeing those Lings running back to the top side of the map. Hydra's Den dropping down here as well in the natural expansion. This one missile starting through from Rainor as well, and this Void Ray pressing forwards. It's going to be in a way that overseer. So that's nice. I mean, there's a Void Ray making use of itself. We'll find a drone kill as well, potentially. So overseer and a drone. Some Zerglings still running around, and I mean, a lot of oracles being made. This could catch Rainor a little bit off guard, right? A lot of oracles on the way up, and Rainor doesn't really have much anti-air, right? He's got like a spore crawl up a base. These oracles can definitely show up and get a lot of damage, so for Rainor, it'd be really nice to scout this. Now, he doesn't have any overlords on this side of the map to scout because the Void Ray killed them off, and these Lings obviously can't get in either. So they're going to be hanging out as the Forge drops down as well. How many oracles do you go with, though? I mean, now Hydra's on the way, so actually those oracles maybe not going to have that kind of wow factor that I thought they were. Didn't actually realize. I think I mentioned the Hydra Den, but it didn't really click that that's obviously kind of a nice way to defend against these oracles. Hydras should be able to get quite a bit done in all of this, so well, a couple of probes going down. You see the Void Ray taking quite a bit of damage. A couple of Queens coming in to chase that Void Ray down. So Void Ray is going to get chased off here. Roaches, Hydras heading down the left. Just so many of these oracles. going to come around the left-hand side as well. Overseer into the main base, moving through. And again, more oracles on the way out at the moment. Roaches of Rainor heading down in towards the third base. We do see shield batteries, cannons building up too. Oracles arrive, but again, the Hydras are here. So as the spore goes down, the Hydras respond. And again, this is not just having, it's not kind of having that kind of impact that I think Hellraiser was really hoping for. Comes in for a couple more Hydras. But honestly, across the map, these Roaches are doing quite a bit of damage. Shield battery and cannons helping out. The Oracles reinforced will eventually start a cleanup as well. Recalls these Oracles away as they're stuck in a corner. So it gives Reynor a chance now. I mean, Lurker Den's about to be done too. As long as he doesn't make too many Lurkers and keeps enough Hydras up to fight the Oracles, I mean, those Lurkers are going to shred everything else on the ground. You only need 3 or 4 of them to really make this a very, very tough fight for Hellraiser here in the next few moments. So those Roaches still gathering up, the Hydras too. 2 rovers building from Hellraiser back at home. I mean, this is all just so delayed from where it should be, of course, with how crazy this game has been and then the huge investment into the Oracles. Huge investment into the Oracles. Zergling's running down at the bottom. Zards here as well. Adept and a couple of Stalkers. Sat down there too, and Nexus dropping down on the 4th base. We're still just seeing Roaches, Hydras, and Lurkers. All of these units gathering up together right now from Rainor. All of this getting brought together at the moment. Those few Lurkers are going to be finishing up in the next couple of moments. Going to be starting to join up with the rest of this army. Coming down through the center of the map. I mean, this is what we're talking about, this kind of setup from Rainor. Once you get to this army now, what on earth is Hellraiser going to do about it? Really just pray that these Oracles can overwhelm. I know these Hydras getting caught in Stasis Wards. That's an amazing start for Rainor. The Stasis Wards are one of those things that are meant to try and buy Hellraiser that much more time in all of this. On the right-hand side, going to be seeing those attempts up here. I mean, breaking down these rocks, giving them a bit more space. The Stasis Ward taken down by the Lurkers. The Overseer here given vision of that. This Lurker going to get in position too, and well, Hydra's now pretty much going to force the fight. The Lurkers will again protect on the ground, and that's the problem. The Hydras can focus on the Oracles. There's nothing coming in on the ground to kind of shut them down. The Zealots are actually stuck moving through. They don't even have charge. Hellraiser is attempting to go into a couple of Disruptors here. Well, first Disruptor shot coming forward. Good split by Rainor. Still loses a couple Hydras, but he's going to kill that Disruptor. It just wanders into the army. Another Disruptor coming in as well. This entire army of Rainor here pressing up and coming through. I mean, here come the Oracles trying to jump on top of this, but again, it's not going to happen, and Rainor will pick up game. To the top left-hand side, our blue Zerg player taking that first map after the aggression to set him up. We have Rainor from Gamer's Origin. Trying to give us one last map tonight after this one. Trying to take it to a game 3. Our Ukrainian Red Protoss player in the bottom right-hand side, Hellraiser. Representing Team Clash, of course. Let's see what he can do. Gateway drops down at the front, and we do see the probe just heading forwards towards the upper left-hand side. Gonna scout out a little bit here and just gonna see what's up. As you see the couple of wards spreading around in the early moments as well. Extractor dropping down, hatch gas and pool, the early opening here, nothing too crazy about that. As we'll see that spawning pool drops in. So yeah, spawning pool dropping down at the moment, and just going to see a few drones jumping onto that extractor as well. Probe pulls down to the low ground here, a couple of pylons going to come up over to the side, and just getting into position because the forge is building back at home. Hellraiser is absolutely looking to try and get off a little bit of a cannon rush here in this second game. Drones pulling in, pylons taking some damage. We will see the cannon dropping down, and again the drones just chasing that probe around. Hatchery about to complete in the next few moments, and again these couple of drones from Reynor are going to pull back, starting to kind of nibble on that pylon. You see it's not going to get it, but Spine Crawler's building already. 3 spines as well, so very serious defense here from Rainor, who will already just nibble again on these couple of cannons, get a bit more damage onto them. Cannon finishing though, and obviously you do not want to lose drones to that. Shield battery will build up as well. Here come the Lings. They're going to surround this cannon up on the top side. They're going to go for the probe as well, stop anything else from building for a while. And then those spines should then be able to come through and to fight with those Zerglings to break through this. So there shouldn't be too much of a slowdown, I feel, for Raynor's overall setup. I don't feel like he's going to lose the hatchery either. Not unless these cannons continue to target it down, which means that these spines are going to really win out very comfortably. And depth coming across the map, as here we go, the Lingers jumping in again. The spine, obviously the shield battery, going to do a lot of healing here initially. The spines are going to get burrowed, and well, they're going to be able to go straight on that first cannon. It's going to go down, and if the cannon goes down, the other cannon will take a lot of damage too. Does he even kill a Spine Crawler? No, Spine Crawler survives. Feels like a very comfortable shutdown from Reynor, but you got to remember he is only on 16 drones against 21 probes, so has had to deny or delay workers for this, which just means he, again, I guess now he can kind of drone comfortably as well, though, so it's kind of one of those, you know, here and there kind of things. Do you see the Stargate just about halfway done at the moment? The Zerglings heading down to the bottom right-hand side. Stargate about to complete here, and as that Stargate finishes up, we're going to be seeing this cannon finishing as well. Again, link speed on the way out, Spine Crawler about to start. Void Ray being Chrono Boosted out. Hellraiser loves this Void Ray first out of the Stargate. I mean, obviously it's been a bit of a weird opener, but Rainor doesn't take too much damage. He recovers pretty easily. He gets his third hatch started pretty quick as well. Obviously this Overlord will see pretty much everything, and will then get killed by the Void Ray, so we'll not see the follow-up. I'm intrigued to see what the follow-up is as well this time, that Hellraiser isn't being link flooded and isn't going to be kind of going into all of that, you know, going to be in a ton of trouble for a while. Void picking its way through that Overlord. It will go down. I love the Overlord. Rescouts the Stargate, gets to see the Oracle starting, so that's obviously pretty big information as well, seeing the Oracle on the way out. Twilight Council starts in the main. And this going to be seeing the Zergling speed continuing up as well. So Link speed coming through. Spore Crawler also about to finish up here. And yeah, everything looking pretty good at the moment as the Void Ray coming over to the left-hand side is going to be able to come through and start working its way through this hatchery. See that Crypt Tumor just not going down. Void Ray going to jump in, and the Overlord is going to die pretty quick. Again, a couple more of these Queens coming across. Going to be able to push that Void Ray out down the left side. Oracle dives into the main, and just going to get a couple of drone kills to make that 3. Crypt Tumor. Sorry, the Queen coming through. Just attacking this. I was thinking about this Crypt Tumor that just survived before as well. He's going to be able to keep on spreading through too. Crypt Tumor is insane, man. They can be so damaged and they spread to a new Crypt Tumor and they just get full health again. It's insane. It's ridiculous. They're so good. I mean, this was a few drones killed, so Hellraiser applying some good pressure so far. Going into Glaives as the follow-up means that he is going to be going for that next kind of wave of aggression too, so looking to try and maybe catch Rainor a little bit unprepared for this. Blair, Rotoron building up on the other side though, so Rainor shouldn't be too unprepared, and actually cancels the Resonating Glaives. Maybe feels like the depths being seen gives too much of a giveaway. Goes Charge instead, which is a bit better for just your typical kind of setup as a follow-up now. As Crypto Compare comes in with the $13.37 donation. Says got home just in time for the last game. And do make sure to try and catch up on the rest of the matches. Obviously the VOD is available to everybody on the Twitch channel right away, guys, so thank you so much for the $13.37. Really do appreciate it. Get some love in the chat for Crypto Compare. Couple Lings still sat out the front. Queen coming through. Void Ray going to get pushed away. That's coming through as well. A couple of drones already going down. The Queen's able to push those Oracles back, and again, just going to be seeing the roach speed on the way out here as well from Rainor. The facility about to finish up, and again, just that Zergling running back and forth a little bit. out over to the left-hand side. This one missile attack on the Evo chamber, roach speed as well. 5 more gateways building up in that main base. And down the bottom left-hand side, these couple of oracles will fly through and pick away through that hatchery. Queen's coming forwards though, are going to be able to get the oracle kill. No way, it survives on what, 1 HP? Wow, that oracle very fortunate here so far. As the Templar Archives continues up as well. 11 roaches building, 5 gateways added in. War Prism is being chrono boosted out. And the Templar Archives again, not far away either. Just bringing some of these Archons into play. Ling's running all the way over to the right hand side. I'm just going to be seeing a couple of those Ravagers morphing in up on the high ground. This one missile attack is a few moments from finishing here as the Voidray shuts down the Overseer. And these couple of Oracles flying through and picking away at some of these creep tumors with the Observers, so making use of themselves. I'm a little afraid for Hellraiser though. I mean, it's a lot of Roach Ravager coming out, and you look back at home for him, and he's got like a few Zealots, and now morphing in some High Templars. His first Immortal only just on the way. Just feels so much of this tech is so delayed from Hellraiser compared to where it kind of needs to be. And that's a little bit of, that's a little bit interesting. It's a little bit intriguing that he's in that sort of spot. A couple more Ravagers morphing in from Rainor, then the Roaches too. A couple of Archons coming up on the right-hand side. Hellraiser continues to set up into this. So we're seeing the little bit of damage being done. Rainor already pressing forwards. Force field coming through. And we've seen the Hellraiser army just setting up at the front here as well. Strongholds on the way out from Hellraiser. That's what the infestation pit was for. Now I'm even more worried for Hellraiser because I feel like Rainor now has an army that can really come through and really kind of send those locusts forwards. And where's the splash? I mean, a few Archons here and there. I mean, this is Rainor maxing out against an 87 army supply Hellraiser. Now, I look at this and I really think, like, how do you fight this as Hellraiser? Especially if he's going to be already backed into a corner. He's got nowhere to run, so he has to fight the locusts. This could be real bad for him. As the locusts jumping up into the sky. Dropping straight on down, so Archon's already taking quite a bit of damage. Corrosive Bowers dropping down. A lot of Zealots getting picked off as well. A ton of Zealots getting picked off here. Oracle flying through too, and more and more Corrosive Bowers continue to drop. Those couple of Zealots running around as well. Zealots coming out, and again, just this army here from Hellraiser gathering together. Spinecrawler builds up on that bottom left-hand side. Still more of this army from Rainor coming through at the moment. Just to attack upgrade, just about halfway done as well, by the way. Just passing forwards, another couple of probes getting picked off. Locust dropping down, getting rid of the first Archon pretty easily. This is the problem right now. Hellraiser has to kind of fight up this army, fight up this ramp into the Locust. I mean, it's just a mess. Corrosive Bowers going to zone it out as well, and Rainor just keeps picking away at the kind of the natural wall off. Queen showing up as well to throw down some transfusions. A Swarm Host hang back, waiting for the next wave. The Locust to be on cooldown. And it looks as though we've got Rainor with actually just a bit too much right already. And Hellraiser